Hello everybody, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're well and I hope you're safe too. It was my intention to go out on a walk today, and seeing as lockdown's only a day away from now, but you wouldn't believe it. I was getting ready to set off and I looked at the camcorder and the battery was flat, and by the time I got it sorted out, it was raining. Typical English weather. Anyway, before I go any further, I would like to say hello to Kay Hanley, my Australian friend, and my sister and my brother-in-law. I have no particular thing to say today apart from that the lockdown situation is working against me, in the sense that my son works in a college and colleges are not closed down, as you know, and I have to take him to Agbrigg, which is near Wakefield, the city of Wakefield for people who don't live in this country, and I have to drive him there and I have to drive him back from there so that he can catch a train to Leeds. My son unfortunately had an operation on his foot about 4 years ago, and I'm afraid it didn't go right for him, so he walks with a crutch all the time, and I have to see if I can make life a bit easier for him by taking him to Agbrigg. But of course, when he's been to work at college, he's been in contact with other people, and this puts me at risk, and it's frightening really, if I'm honest with you all. But I do wear a mask when I'm bringing him home, and that's about as much as I can do actually. Anyway, this morning, Wednesday morning, we went to our local supermarket, and I was told yesterday on the internet that people were panic buying. We went to the supermarket at the normal time and there was no panic buying. In fact, the supermarket we go to in town there was no queue, and there wasn't hardly anybody inside actually. Just a normal shopping day. So I'm pleased to tell you that that worked out well for us. There were one or two people not keeping the distance, but most people did, and everybody I saw wore a mask. Now, under the new scheme of things, it looks like the only places I'm going to be able to get to for the next 4 weeks is the local park for a walk. Now, whether I'll be able to take the camcorder in the park or not, I don't know, because people are a bit suspicious of camcorders, and I have to say that if I do see anybody when I'm filming, I put the camera off, particularly if there's children there. Anyway, I've started a new I've started a new camcorder. I'll get it right in a minute. I've started a new YouTube page, and this one is being filled in correctly, and the other one I hadn't not much idea, to be honest with you, how to fill it in. But it was half term last week, and my son and I, with the aid of a tutorial, managed to get the page up and running as it should be. So if you like my vlogs, please subscribe, it's free, and also if you want to click on the bell button that will tell you automatically when my next video is coming on air. You can catch me on YouTube on Blogs of a Naturalist, and you can now also catch me on Facebook. And I'm not really sure if that's Old John's Vlogs or not yet. I've got to look at that one, and I may change it to Vlogs of a Naturalist. Well, what tends to happen, oh, there's a helicopter flying over. What tends to happen is that I record for 15 minutes, and that will take most of the day to render, edit and load up. So I don't want to go much further than about 15 minutes. Anyway, if you have any comments you want to make on how to get through the next 4 weeks if you live in England, please let me know, and I'll try and do a vlog on it. And if you live in other parts of the world, please tell me how you're coping with your particular lockdown problems, if you've got them, and we can discuss that on this blog. I know different people in different parts of the world are affected differently to how we are here in England. By the way, for people who have not seen my vlog before, I live in South Yorkshire. I have a strong Yorkshire accent, and often you'll notice I don't sound my H's. I do try when I'm on air to speak a little bit better than normal, but it's not easy actually to drop the accent. Anyway, I'm rambling on here. I don't really know what to say to you all next, apart from I am going to view the lockdown on a daily basis, and what I've noticed on the last lockdown, and because I am a U3A member, as some people may know that's watching this vlog, University of the Third Age, which is open to most people in the world, and I think in most areas of the world you're still to be over 55 years of age to join. And there's no academic work needed. It's all fun-based stuff. You can get involved with the readouts if you want, and do some research and homework and things like that. But at the moment, none of us can do any of that, because it means contacting one another. But some of our members are using Zoom, and if you're using Zoom and you're somewhere else in the world, let me know how you go on with it, because I've not used it yet. Not for the U3 anyway. I have used it as part of a singing group in a small folk group setting in a church, Ardsley Church in Barnsley, South Yorkshire, and we meet there about every 3 weeks normally, but of course since lockdown none of us have been able to visit one another and meet and to sing or say poems or whatever it is, read from books that we want to do. We've done it on vlog, and when I excuse me laughing, when I really try to do something right, it never ever works for me properly. And so I did my first vlog with the singing group I've just mentioned, and they couldn't hear me. I couldn't get it to work for me. So I looked into it all. I bought a green screen, and I adapted it, and you couldn't see the room that I'm in. You could only see the picture on the computer and me in front of it, and that worked well. But on this occasion, there was only 2 people joined the group, and it was cancelled. So nobody heard me sing, and it's never gone right since, actually, because people have been away on holiday or people have been poorly, and on each occasion it's been cancelled. And so I've not had a chance to use the green screen method properly, the screen that goes behind the camera and shows up other things. There's all sorts I can do with it, actually. I can do 3D editing, and I can do lots of editing with this camcorder with it. But I suppose the other thing I should say to anybody that's not seen my vlogs before, I have lots of hobbies, and that's the only thing that's keeping me going through the pandemic, is that I have no free time if I don't want to have free time. I watch films on YouTube, and I recommend to people who like no swearing films and moralistic films to watch Hallmark, and the ones I've got so far have been free, and you can find those on YouTube. The Christmas ones will be coming up shortly, but you can pick others as well. And so in the evenings I spend quite a bit of time watching films. As you know, I vlog. You can see me vlogging at the moment, and I write. I'm still in the U3A writing group. We pass our work to one another. There's about 12 of us, and we then all comment on each other's work, and that's nice. It takes time up, and it takes your mind away from the reality that we're all going through. And then I've got other things to do as well. I'm looking at my second book to get published, which will not be published this year. There's not enough time to get it done this year. As you probably know by now, I have published the first book last year, 2019, about what we did on a South Yorkshire Nature Reserve back in the 70s, and I volunteer worked every weekend actually down there for 5 years on the management team. I heard that should have been an H, shouldn't it? I heard that the land that we were working on was going to be backfilled by household waste. And my friend Cliff Gorman said that he was looking for people who could help him to turn it into that wasteland into a nature reserve. And actually it was fascinating. We did lots of things wrong. We had lots of arguments, as you might expect. We worked all the hours that we could. Sometimes I went on site 3 times a day. When I'd finished work early and it was summer, we were all down there working away there, physically working, building dams, planting trees, making footpaths, all sorts of things like that, cutting trees back and creating areas for wildlife, helping to erect hides, making our own hide. The first hide was made by us from sleepers that were from the railway embankment that runs at the side of the reserve. Now the other thing is that I have wanted to get involved with the old moors down near the Barnsley, Down Valley I think it is, and I've asked if I can go down there and film a few vlogs, and they've told me that they're actually thinking about doing that themselves. So whether I'll be able to do that or not, I don't know. But I will have a go, and I will show people how OMOS is being developed by the RSPB, Royal Society for Protection of Birds, and I, along with friends, was instrumental actually in trying to make that area into a bird watching area. And I didn't do any physical work on that site apart from help put the first bird watching hide down. Unfortunately, my friend David Standring, who was the joiner who made the hide, has since passed away. Very dear friend of mine, very nice chap. He taught me the basics of bird watching when I was in my 20s. And I've been bird watching ever since. And I've passed some of that information on to young people, and their parents as well. In fact, I've got now people coming to me who have got children of their own who I help to get started with nature in some way or another. So what was I saying? Yes, I do all sorts of other things. Play the guitar badly, getting better though, and there's lots of hobbies that I do, and if I can't find anything to do, I start up another hobby. The hardest one I've done this last year, 2020, has been to try and learn how to edit. I'm afraid the tutorials for this editing suite that I've purchased don't match up with the information I've got. Their tutorials are good, but they are out of date, and there's been lots of downloads since then, and so they don't always work. But I am working through it myself, and on the last vlog I did, the very first one actually for this channel, I was able to put an introduction for music on. Now, I've got lots of ideas. I know how to do lots of different things because I was a technician in college, and I did do some editing on different equipment to what it is today, of course, and that was back in 2002, the last stuff I used. So it's all completely different now. It's all digital. It was spools back then, and of course it's memory cards now. Anyway, I'm going to stop there for the time being. I've got plenty of work there I can edit and send out to you all, and if you like my vlogs, as I said earlier, please subscribe. It is free, and if there's anything you want me to discuss, please let me know and I'll have a go at it. But the one thing I won't do, I won't tell you stuff I know nothing about. If I'm asked to speak on a subject, I will find out first. And so I think what I'll do there is stop, but not before wishing you once again all the very best. Bye for now.